Survivors of Abuse and Neglect, Chapter 25, Part 1. Abuse is the maltreatment of one person by another. According to CDC, 1 in 5 women experience rape, 1 in 6 women experience stalking, 1 in 4 reported intimate partner violence. And these forms of violence most often occur before the age of 25 in both men and women. Child abuse and related fatalities continue to be significant health concerns. Human trafficking, which includes sex trafficking, is another form of child abuse that is a significant health concern. Abuse affects all ages, races, economic classes, and educational background. Laws now exist to protect children and elderly. Predisposing factors, biological theories. Neurophysiological influences include temporal lobe, limbic system, amygdala nucleus, and then you have your biochemical influences, which are the norepinephrine, serotonin, and dopamine. Biological theories include genetic factors, so possible hereditary factors, genetic, karyotype, XYY has been implicated. Then we have our disorders of the brain, so organic brain syndrome, brain tumors or trauma, encephalitis, temporal lobe epilepsy. Psychological theories include psychodynamic theory, which believes that the unmet needs for satisfaction and security result in underdeveloped ego and poor self-concept. Aggression and violence supply the individual with a dose of power and prestige that increases self-esteem. Psychological theories include learning theory as well, and children learn to behave by imitating the role models. Individuals who have been abused as children and whose parents discipline with physical punishment are more likely to behave in an abusive manner as an adult. Social cultural theories, societal influence. Aggressive behavior is primarily a product of one's culture and social structure. The American culture was founded on a general acceptance of violence as a means of solving problems. Societal influences can also attribute to violence when individuals realize their needs and desires are not being met relative to other people. So we have ourselves a question. From a biological theory perspective, which of the following predisposes individuals to be abusive? A. Unmet needs for security resulting in underdeveloped ego and weak superego. B. Imitation of individuals who have predisposition toward aggressive behavior. C. Various types of norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin levels. D. The influence of culture and social structure. I'll give you a second or two. And you're correct. The answer is C. Norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin may play a role in aggressive behaviors. Intimate partner violence. Battery may be defined as a pattern of cohesive control founded on and supported by physical or sexual violence or threats of violence of an intimate partner. Approximately 85% of the victims are women. So, the profile of the victim, they may have low self esteem, inadequate support systems, and they may have grew up in abusive homes. But these battered women can come from all age groups, racial, religious backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, educational, and social economic groups. Profile of the victimizer. So the victimizer may have a low self-esteem, be pathologically jealous, have dual personalities, limited coping abilities, severe stress reactions, and view spouse as a personal possession. The cycle of battering. There are three distinct phases. Phase one, the tension building phase. During this phase, the woman senses the man's tolerance of frustration is declining. He becomes angry with little provoking and maybe very quick to apologize. Then you have phase two, the acute battering incident. This phase is the most violent and the shortest, usually lasting up to 24 hours. It is most often during this time that the batterer justifies his or her behavior. Then we have phase three, the calm, loving, respite, or honeymoon phase. In this phase, the batterer becomes extremely loving and kind. He promises never to abuse again and begs for forgiveness. So often people wonder, why do they stay? Probably the most common response for the battered woman for staying is that they fear for their life or the lives of their children. Women have been known to stay in an abusive relationship for many reasons, some of which include the following: fear of retaliation, fear for the children, for financial reasons, lack of a support network, religious reasons, hopefulness, lack of attention to the danger. It is important to recognize that when victims leave an abusive relationship, they are at a 75% greater risk of being killed by a partner, and the abuse often does not stop once they have left.